Wasn't expecting this, but we're in the Mazzi Alpha building. So I'm currently filming for you guys a couple of cars, but I am actually waiting for some rain to pass, some wind to pass, everything like that. So figured I'd jump on here, check in with you guys while things are going on. If you see people coming in and out, business is conducting as usual. This dealership in Daytona is open on Sundays, so they are conducting normal business. So decided to just jump on real quick and check in with you guys, see how everything was going. It's been a while since we've live streamed, and normally I like to announce these things, but I felt like I've been so busy lately that I haven't been able to just check in with everybody. So again, you'll see people coming in and out while I'm in here. Maserati Alfa Romeo, Daytona Beach, you know, my normal original stomping grounds. I will have a video out. If this clothing is going to look familiar to you guys, I will have a video out more than likely tomorrow where I have filmed here today in this outfit. So if you're wondering why the clothes are the same, that's why. Because I just filmed it for you guys. But I was going to film another video. It looks like the weather is chilling. It was starting to get like windy and rainy, and I didn't want to get like too crazy out there and have to do all this post-production with the mic and sound and stuff like that while I was trying to film a video for you guys. So I might still do that video, hopefully after I get off this stream. If not, I will wait and come back and do it. But again, since, you know, I wanted to just take a second to wait for it, I figured I'd hop on. Now, I don't know how, whoa, I green screened it. Let me turn that off. I've never done a vertical live stream, so I don't even know how to read like comments on this. So chat filter. So let's do all messages. Okay. All right. So Levon, I see you with the thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Now I see chat. So I guess I probably should have worked on that before I even turned this thing on. So yeah, we're in Mazzi Alpha Daytona Beach. So you guys can't tell. Let's see if I can. There's Tenale there. They also have, oh my gosh, all right, using the gimbal. They have the V8 Ultima and the 334 Ultima, the final V8 Levante and Ghibli in here as well. We've seen both of those on camera before, and then that Tenale there. Let me see, all right, there we go. This gimbal is gonna be very, very touchy. So it's hard to look at yourself and then also focus it on. But yeah, so I want to get that next video out to you guys. So figured I'd just hop on, say what's up to you guys. Yo, what up, what up? Good to see everybody. I appreciate you guys following along this long, checking out the videos, liking, commenting, all that kind of stuff. I have been piss poor at getting back to everybody on the comments. It has been taking a toll on me because I'm not only running my YouTube channels, but I'm running a couple YouTube channels for a couple other brands and dealerships. So I've been so busy. If you guys follow my Instagram and Snapchat and stuff like that, you'll see that I'm other places doing other stuff. So it's hard to focus on everybody, but I do appreciate it. The Facebook page is growing, the Instagram page is growing. So it's really cool to see you guys just, again, keep supporting me. Even with the turmoil that Stellantis is in right now, we're not exactly sure where either of these brands are going behind me here today. When it comes to the US, they will always be around, they will always be available, but here in the US and where I am in the US, well, they might cease to exist at some point in time. I'm hoping not, okay? You guys know, out of all people, I want this thing to work. I want these brands to be successful, but I will be transparent. I will call out the flaws. I will report the bads, and I will also support the goods and show off the things that I love about these two brands. So with that said, you know, I don't want you to think that since I'm reporting about the bad things that are going on, that I am trying to, you know, belittle the brands or, you know, hurt them in any kind of way. But we have to be transparent. There's recalls, we gotta talk about recalls. If there are problems with sales or, you know, issues, we gotta talk about those too. We gotta know, be in the know and know what's going on with these brands. So then when things do happen, good or bad, you know, we're not surprised or thrown off by them. What up? Dark Horse. Feel like Maserati is in a financial situation, bad economy, low sales, high prices of cars, tariffs. Yeah, so the timing couldn't be worse with any of these brands going through the turmoil they're going through. Stellantis picked a bad time to restructure and to go through all of the issues they're going through with all of those things you mentioned. Tariffs being the final thing, the final straw, and really the big blow to kind of like wipe them out. It's like the fatality or the finisher move in a fighting game. You know, if you weren't getting beat up enough with these two brands having bad sales, being in between model lineups, being, bad on depreciation or reliability, and then the stigma of all these things going out there to the public, then you hit final blow, the fatality, the uppercut that takes the head off is the tariffs. We got another month. Trump has moved those tariffs over to April 2nd. So we have another month to see what happens and see how much they're going to affect not just new car prices, but also parts and services, because you have to get your parts overseas because a lot of things aren't here in the United States and are, third-partied out. Logistics, fuel, labor, all that stuff goes up. One thing goes up, it affects a domino effect of everything else. I can't say it like I know how to explain it all, but I've been getting more information as the time comes and trying to understand it a little bit more, because it affects also everything that we do here in the automotive industry. So, you gotta be, again, in the know, be aware, good or bad. So my fingers are crossed. It's gonna be a tough time, a tough transition for both brands. So let's hope we do good. Let's hope we survive out of this. I don't know what Maserati is going to do with just having, wrong way, with just having the Grecale and getting rid of these two beasts. I'm glad we still have the V8s in these, right? But those are the last ones with the V8s. So what is Maserati going to do with just having the Grecale? Now, good news is they didn't just stick to the Grecale Modena, so now they've rebranded the GT, which is the entry-level Grecale, to just Grecale. Same as the Maserati Gran Turismo. It's not a Gran Turismo Modena now. They have a base Gran Turismo, just a regular Gran Turismo, and then they have a Trofeo. For the Grecale, they're gonna have a base Grecale, the Modena, and a Trofeo. So they're rebranding the GT lineup. I'm not exactly sure why, because GT sounds better than just Grecale, because then you say it's just the base Grecale, it's the entry level. GT sounded like Grecale GT sounded just a better brand, better branding when it comes to that overall moniker. Now we're just gonna say base. So I'm not exactly sure what they're doing with that. It's one thing one day, one thing the next. We're gonna do electric, it's hybrid, then it's now we're bringing back gas, and I don't know. I'm just telling you guys how it is by the day. So here we are. Case, what up? Yeah, new Levante would help for sales. We don't know when a new Levante is coming out. We don't know when a Ghibli replacement is coming out. And I say Ghibli replacement because what was supposed to be happening is a Quattroporte and Ghibli combined into one, and that would be your ultimate sedan with a Levante, and then obviously Grecale, MC20, and Gran Turismo. But now, who knows? The Quattroporte got pushed back to 2028. And then this whole thing happened with the CEO changes, and then the billion-dollar investment was lost, and now we're talking about maybe doing gas. So I'm not exactly sure what they're gonna do and what they have time to do R&D wise. This stuff doesn't happen overnight, so if they're gonna do a new Quattroporte, it has to come correct. New everything when it comes to the exterior, new chassis to keep up with performance figures and everything that the current market involves in. New technology for one. I mean, it has to again keep up with everything else going on in the world when it comes to innovation and technology moving forward. So then your interior has to change. You got to bring in some nice quality materials, make it worth the price point. The engine has to come correct, whether it's a V8 or not. Is it going to be the same V8 that the Ferrari derived V8? Well, they don't have the partnership with Ferrari anymore, right? Am I wrong? So are we gonna have that same Ferrari V8, or are they gonna have to construct a in-house Nettuno V8? So this is not gonna happen overnight, which is why this stuff got pushed in the first place. So if I'm in Maserati's circle, I'm like, what? What is gonna happen? I'm sure they know more than us moving forward, but we're ready. We're ready for the new stuff, but pick a direction. Which way are we going? Are we gonna stick with electrification? are we gonna go gas? I mean, canceling the MC20 Fogarty fully electric model, that kind of sets the precedent, right? It's like, okay, if you're gonna cancel that, you might as well just stick with the current electric lineup that you have for the Gran Turismo, Gran Cabrio, and for the Grecale. Okay, you got 3 electric models, and then keep it at that, because if those aren't selling well or the market is not in demand for it, the infrastructure isn't there, the tax rebates aren't there, especially here in the United States, what are you gonna do? So like, don't create more of that to sit on the lot or to not get sold or to not be appreciated. All right, make sure you stick with what your core audience wants. Core audience wants a V6 or a V8. A core audience wants the Italian flair when it comes to overall styling and materials. Italian's audience wants not Italian audience, your core audience wants the Maserati sound. That was one of the biggest bragging rights Maserati had. If we lose that, which we are kind of lost our way on that, with even the MC20 not sounding like a Maserati, the Grecale definitely sounding okay for a inline four, but not sounding like a Maserati, and then obviously the electric models don't sound like anything. Where are we going with the Maserati brand? That's on that side of the trident. Alfa Romeo, we have a slow rollout when it comes to our models, right? The Tonale wasn't doing what it was supposed to be doing because, one, here in the United States, they brought a PHEV and that was it. And then they decided to, hey, let's drag along our Tonale cousin and call it the Hornet, sell it as a gas model as well here in the United States, and undercut the price by like $7,000 to $10,000. So again, the Tonale didn't do what it was supposed to do, which is why we have the gas model Tonales now hitting the United States at a much cheaper price. Great. That's how we should have had it before. So now we're kind of working on that. And then we work on the Giulia replacement that will come later on past the Stelvio replacement we will see this year. What does that Stelvio need to do in order to be successful in today's market? Well, it needs to perform. It needs to have some sort of new, fresh look to it, but at the same time, keep that core Alfa Romeo styling and flair. All right. It needs to have the, up-to-date technology that will, attract newer buyers, kind of bring in that crowd like, hey, I'm shopping what the BMW has or what the Mercedes has, but the Alfa does everything. Plus it looks pretty good and hey, it performs too. All right. So like, what do they need to do? Bring back all the options that you can do, the colorways, the materials. Again, the Italian flair, the Italian style, the chef's kiss when it comes to the overall design language. That's important to their core heritage and history. And I definitely think it carries a long way when it comes to these brands. And I think that, when it comes to, I guess, overall being different and being special, the Italians do it best, right? Even when you're talking about Lamborghini or Ferrari or Pagani, the higher end models, they still are different than the German brands and whatever else is out there. So I definitely think they need to continue showing that they can be different, but at the same time, be competitive. And I definitely think that that's gonna be a big part of it too. And speaking of competitive, the price point, that's gonna be the big one too. Can they make all of those things happen, but at a decent price point that can be competitive with other brands for people who are cross-shopping and everything like that? So with everything going on in the economy, in the world, it is a tough time. It's a tough place to be. And they've been changing a lot of clientele. A lot of my friends that I know at these brands have no longer have their jobs there, whether they've left voluntarily or not. So, now bringing in new talent, hopefully we can figure something out and in a timely manner. That's the big thing. Don't wait to roll these things out so slowly, because by the time they are released, by the time they are on the market, by the time they're at dealerships and in hand of customers, the new things are already out and they are behind. Okay, so that's the thing. We cannot be behind. Let me read some of the comments. Dark Horse, you're going in. Full electric makes no sense for Maserati if you ask me. Now 100% agree about the sound. All Maserati dealers should buy up the used inventory and sell used. Certified used ones stay in business. Maserati is charging too much money to be competitive, I agree. And sell more pre-owned Maserati cars. Pre-owned Maserati cars with the certified pre-owned, the 175-point inspections, I mean, that's a good way to go. A lot of people are buying pre-owned, not just in the Maserati market. Let me twist this a little bit. Not in just the Maserati market, but just in the markets in general, because they're letting everybody else take that first depreciation hit. So when you talk about the Trident brands, you talk about depreciation, well, you know that once they're off the lot, some of that value is coming off. Once there's 10,000 miles on it, count me in, you know what I mean? So a lot of people are buying used anyway. So if you got cars sitting on a lot, maybe that's a good thing to do. Maybe that's a good way to go is, people are gonna buy these things, but they're waiting for that specific moment to where they can get them at a great discount. Let's stop discounting new cars so much, and then let's kind of focus on maybe the pre-owned section and make it make sense. It's a tough one. It's a tough thing to do. I'm saying it like it's as easy as pie, but it is not. But you see where our head's at here, okay? You see where the market is, you see what the demand is, and with a lot of these 24s still sitting on the market and still sitting, at these dealerships, I'm looking at 24s all over, it's hard for dealers to get the 25s and sell them next to the 24s at an actual profit. So it's one of those things. R London, sorry, said make the extended warranties more affordable. I have an extra 10-year warranty, which did cover my Ghibli, needing a new engine, but it did cost $4,200 a year for a warranty. That's ridiculous. That is a big price. $4,200 for the year. I'm glad that your Ghibli was taken care of. How many miles did you have on it to have that replaced? That's crazy. Unless it was an actual issue, or did you just, it was a high mileage, but still at the high mileage, man, that seems crazy. What is your name? Negativity? That's funny. I love it. $79,000 on your 15 SQ4, or 79,000 miles on your 15 SQ4. That's crazy. That is crazy. Wow, a new engine. I can't imagine how much the engine costs itself. Do you have a price? It's probably got to be like 20 grand for the engine, right? It's got to be like 20 grand. I'm doing good. How are you? I was waiting for the storm to pass, which it looks like it might be passing, so that I can film some more videos for you guys. But I will have one coming out tomorrow. You're from India. What time is it in India right now? It's gotta be like, was it like 9 p.m. out there in India? It's 1:25 p.m. out here in Florida. So it's gotta be like late. You have a 2019 Levante S, white with brown interior. Oh yes, very happy owner. Is that brown interior like, is it like the brown like chocolate? I forget that color. Is it maroon? Marone? Or is it like the Cuyo like tan? It's still at the dealer. I didn't get it back. It was burning oil. Wow. So this was recent. How long have you had it at the dealer? I'm still very curious. Still very curious on that price. 22.55. All right. So that's the time there in India. 22.55. So that's military time. So 1600, 4 o'clock, 17, 6 o'clock, 18, 7 o'clock, 18, 8 o'clock. So it's like 10 o'clock there, 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m. I had to do my military time. We don't use military time here unless we're military. So 10 p.m. I think in India. Light brown, like a basketball. Okay. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Okay. So you've had it there. You've had your Ghibli engine torn apart in that dealership for 3 weeks. Did they give you a loaner? I hope they gave you a loaner. I'm hoping it's a Maserati loaner too, not just a regular loaner. That, man, I'm feeling for you. I'm glad you got that warranty. Holy crap, because I would have been freaking out right now. All right, just like Dark Horse said, 11:55. I was close. I was off by an hour. So yeah, it's late there. I appreciate you checking out. No loaner? Thankfully, you have a second car. Dude, wow, I'm surprised. Did they know you had a second car? Or were they expecting you to not have a car for 3+ weeks? That's insane. I mean, wow. Can I sing an Indian song? I don't know any Indian songs, and if I did, I would not want to disrespect your culture with how bad I would be at actually trying to do a rendition of an Indian song. So, my apologies, I cannot do that. But that would have been funny to see. Well, wow, listen, dude, you gotta tell me, Maserati customer care told me to get a rental, but they can't guarantee they would reimburse me for a whole 3 weeks. Maserati customer care not looking good on you guys, man. That's insane. Oh man, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm glad this worked out in the best way possible. Wow. Do you miss your white Ghibli? I do. I do. I'm actually looking. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Can I flip this? Look at what I'm looking at right now. Almost close to my spec, and it's kind of like the spec that I wanted, which was the Titano wheels, in black. I love those Titanos. You guys know I love those since 2014. But yeah, I do miss my white Ghibli. And as you guys can see, got some more Ghiblis out there, 24s. Got Levante's 24s. Got the Fiat 500e right there. And then another Levante GT there. But yes, I do miss my Ghibli. And I'm going to answer another question you guys asked me, which was the Alfa. That's a sore subject. I am still every day, I was on there today looking at Auto Trader at Alphas. I have decided, and I think I've said this in another live stream, that I'm going to get a 2.0, all right? Because I want to build it up for the channel, and more than likely I will give it away. But I have to get my financials in order because I want to get it, but I also want to be able to have the money to purchase things for it as well. And what's been making me nervous is this economy. Everything's so expensive. Even after our presidential election, our economy is trash. We got the tariff wars going on. I'm just not ready to take the risk to dump money into something where I don't know if I'm gonna get a return. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it. So everybody around me knows that I'm still looking every day, or I'm up here at the dealership asking what they got in, or I'm on Auto Trader or whatever, looking every day. So the people around me know that I am still looking. The Quadrifolio is a dream. That is going to be a dream for a later date. I think the 2.0 and building it up for the channel is going to be it. What is this guy doing? Hold on. Look at that, backing up. This trailer is backing up. I hope they don't go the other way because it's the one way. What are they doing? Oh no, is he stuck? Where is he going? He's backing up. Hold on, he's backing up. Is he coming? He's got to come here. Don't turn the other way. It's the one way that way. He's going back that way. That is a one way. You cannot drive. Oh my God, is anybody coming? No way. He's driving back the other way. Okay, well, sorry for that distraction. I hope that entrance there is only one way. And you can tell he's from out of town. Currently it's Bike Week. Well, Bike Week is over in Daytona Beach as of today, but there's a lot of people in town for Bike Week, so there's a lot of tourists. There's also spring breaks going on from like last week until the next like 6 weeks, staggered between different schools. So it's a very touristy time here in Daytona. So you see stuff like that going on. I'm just glad that he got away. Nobody came down the one way. Okay, sorry. All right, let me see. Let me scroll back down on the chat. Namaste, India. Is that what you wanted me to say? Namaste, India. Yeah, sorry I couldn't sing an Indian song for you. Stellantis is destroying their brands. Maserati GT costs 2 times what it should. Love my 19 Giulia QV though. Nick, I am jealous that you have a 19 Giulia QV. Obviously, you know that is something that I would love to have in my garage. I agree with you with what's going on in Stellantis is very disheartening, especially for fans of the brand. You know, it's rough to watch because you want to rally behind Stellantis and you want to, you know, point out all the great things that they're doing, but they're shooting themselves in the foot for a lot of this stuff. And the overall leadership, it needed to change hands the way it has. I think it needed to be a drastic move as Tavares just leaving at the end of the year and being gone and something new happening. By the summer, we should know what's going to happen next. I just hope it's good. That's the thing. I just hope that it's nothing that's going to ruin the brand forever because they're trying to do so much damage control. So we'll see what happens, man. The GT, when that first came out and when I first heard the prices, I made a whole video on it because I knew the prices before they were public, and Maserati is like, hey, we're gonna tell you to cut that off for now and make that video private, and you know, we're not exactly sure on those prices if that's the actual solid prices. They were the solid prices, and when they came out, I was like, yep, see, they're a little too much. I mean, like, that was, I mean, I wasn't just me talking crap, like, we went from 140, to like the 190 for the Modena and 205 or whatever for the Trofeo, or 210, whatever it was. That was just insane. So now we're damage controlling the prices and the depreciation, and they Maserati themselves lower the prices, and it's just, you gotta read the room. Like, this is the whole thing. I'm not gonna get into it right now in this live, but I'm the reason why you bought a Maserati back then. That's what's up. Listen, hopefully it was, hopefully it was a good experience for you. I hate to hear people saying that they got these cars and it's been horrible for them over the time of ownership. But I have been as genuine as possible when it comes to these cars and what I enjoy, and I've been as transparent with these cars and these brands and what I don't enjoy and what I think they can do better. So hopefully my transparency, which I hold myself a high to, having this integrity to be transparent, whether the brands or dealerships like them or not, I owe it to you guys to be transparent enough to where you know what you're getting yourself into. And if your passion exudes all the, negative things or things that, you might not see in a great light about these brands, then by all means, take that leap forward, go ahead and get into these brands. So it's terrible. I have an '07 LS 460 with 198,000 miles, and it still doesn't need an engine. Maserati is embarrassing. I won't buy another one after this experience. I don't blame you. I get it. When I first got my Ghibli, 2014, I had one of the first Ghiblis around, and the first one out of this dealership here, and it had a lot of problems, so much so that the first month, Maserati paid for my car payment. You guys saw that if you followed my old channel, because it had a lot of issues, and they flew somebody over from Italy to actually come and work on the car. It was a troubleshooting thing, so it's one of those things to where they had a lot to figure out on the mechanical side, and it's a shame that, like, you can get into the cars and you can love them and love them and love them until they start to destroy who you are as a person, because you start to really get frustrated on just having the car, and it turns everything you loved about it negative, and it really turns you, it's like your villain arc. It really, one thing happens, another thing happens, and it destroys you from the inside and changes your whole perception on the cars. And I hate to see that, take you out of character of what you would like about the cars and enjoying them. But I get it. At the same time, being in the position, I get it. Okay, hold on. You're telling me to do some Indian here, and I'm gonna butcher it. Namaste. Hold on. What does that mean first? I know Namaste India, but what does the other part mean? Because I don't want to be saying anything bad. You can't have me. I know you're teaching me Indian. I just want to make sure that those translated to good words. This economy is the only thing keeping me from selling my Ghibli. That, and it's worth nothing. Hopefully the new engine will keep it on the road a little longer. Yeah, I'm hoping it's a brand new engine. Like, at that point, hold on to it for as long as possible, because again, the pre-owned market is not gonna be nice to you. So until you pay it off completely and it's worth your time, just try to enjoy it as much as you can, especially with the new engine. And just definitely double check to see if there's some sort of break-in period with that engine too, and just make sure it's all good there, because you don't want any issues moving forward. I'm sure you already know, and you'll have a good conversation with your technician, but just make sure. I was thinking, is C20 was worth, I was thinking, is C20 worth it for summer? What do you mean by C20? Welcome to India. Come to India. Come to India. And what is a C20? What do you mean, is C20 good? Ferrari needs to buy Maserati? Yep, of course. I'm not giving out my phone number. You can contact me on here. I got an Instagram. You want to hit me up on Insta? RPO3. The cars are quirky, but I don't care. I knew I didn't want a car everyone else has. Alfa should have canceled the ICE quads. Nobody wants an electric QV. Another huge mistake. I think they're gonna dial back on that one. If they know what's best for them, they're gonna dial back on that one. And I think we're gonna see a hybrid QV. I definitely think it's going to be, I want to say that Hurricane engine from Dodge. I don't think Alfa is going to make an in-house engine, so I definitely think we'll see some sort of derivative of that. I don't think that they, at this point in time, with what just happened with Maserati losing the billion-dollar investment, I don't think they have the balls to make the QV fully electric. But hey, they might prove me wrong. We'll see. Hey, what's up, Carlos? What's up? I bought my first Maserati at 23. That's what's up. Big Gucci Soldier Mike. Love Maserati. What's your spec? What color? What color exterior, interior? My dream is I want to take an iPad. Can you buy my iPad? I cannot buy your iPad. I actually just got one recently because my old one was too old. I just got my Ghibli a week. Now it's already in the shop. No! Hakeem, what's going on, man? What happened to your Ghibli? Dude. What? A week? How old is it, too? Junior for the USA? I don't know if they will. I feel like they should, but it shouldn't be the electric version. Bring the hybrid version. If we had in between the new Stelvio, the Junior, I definitely think it would do pretty good. I think just the only downside about the Junior is it's small. And I'm not sure if the market here wants a small Alfa. We don't get a lot of small cars that we enjoy here. The market in general, you know, I definitely think the US market wants the big SUVs and everything like that. So it's tough to sell something that is the Junior size. And I know that it's a lot of Alfa enthusiasts or Alfisi and everything like that. The Junior won't be for. It will be for new people to the brand, because I definitely think the Junior styling, having that French influence, is such a big departure from the Italian styling that the Alfa Romeo's models are, you know, incorporating. I definitely think that people like that are previous Alfa Romeo owners might not like this Junior as far as the styling is concerned, but I definitely think that people on the outside looking in will see that and be like, wow, that's cool, that looks radical, that's so different. It's, you know, something I haven't seen on the road before. And it's an Alfa Romeo, oh, this is cool, you know, and they'll be intrigued enough to check it out. I'm sure it will, you know, pull them in from there, but I don't think it'll be like a legacy pull to where it'll pull in existing customers. That'll be definitely for a new market. Please, can you buy me, please? I cannot buy you an iPad, I'm sorry. When Alfa presents a new Stelvio, Carlos, I definitely think it's gonna be in the summer during their birthday. So we'll probably see it in June, more than likely. I thought it was gonna be in April. I think we're gonna have to wait a couple more months and we'll see it in June. I'm still shocked we have not seen any spy photos of that car. That is insane to me. Nothing on the road, which I still feel like they might be hiding in the Jeeps that I made a whole video on, those prototypes. I definitely think that we'll see that they popped out and they were in those, but it's crazy. But I definitely think it's gonna be June. We'll see the new Stelvio. I had a 2-liter Stelvio before I got my Giulia QV. Awesome car, never had a single issue or sell or anything. That's awesome. See, that's what I'm saying. I love things like that, because people ask me like today, in today's day and age, are Alfas reliable? And I say, yeah. I mean, they're quirky. Like we were saying earlier, they're quirky, but they're reliable. I mean, you know, they took some time to troubleshoot and get them to where they need to be. But I definitely think if you're buying a 2024, 2025, you know, you're definitely getting a solid car. You know, I definitely think Alfa has learned from their mistakes for a lot of things and have further improved on this brand and these cars. You know, it just got to translate into sales. So all that stuff at the top has to correlate to what you're seeing here in the dealerships, and I definitely think they'll be on their way. But they need to move at a faster pace and make better decisions. That's it. Yeah, that's good to hear, Nick. You just got an extended warranty if you're buying used. just get an extended warranty if you're buying used. Yeah, that's another thing too, is, you know, me looking at Giulia 2.0s, you know, I want to buy something that's fairly simple. A Sprint, black on black, you know, decent miles, not anything past 50, hopefully not, you know, and then just something that I can build on, because I'm going to change everything anyways. But if it's, you know, years old, you know, 2020-ish, which is what I'm looking at, 2019, 2020, and I can get a decent one, I'm definitely going to probably look at some sort of Mopar warranty for those, just to make sure that I'm covered. But again, this market has got me a little nervous. The interest rates are still high. I'm just trying to make solid decisions, guys, you know, because money is going elsewhere. So I want to make sure that if I put money into this car, like, it's got to make sense, make it make sense. The sun is coming back out, guys. I might have to get back to filming shortly. I can see blue skies now, so we might be good for the next video. So I'll wrap up here in just a second, but appreciate you guys coming in and check on me. I know this was random. I just want to check in with you guys, see what's up. Do you think, oh yeah, it was always a plan, laugh out loud. Do you think the new Stelvio will look like the Junior? I'm gonna imagine so. I feel like it's gonna have some styling cues that's gonna look like the Junior, because why have so many different models that look different, like all different? You have to kind of tie in the design language, right? So I definitely feel like they're gonna look somewhat similar. Where I think they will differ is, well, that light bar that Alfa Romeo kind of like teased us with like the kind of Trolobo look. I definitely think that that triangular light bar is definitely going to make it to the rear of the car. It doesn't make sense for the front. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense for the front of the car. So I definitely think that's going to make it to the rear of the car. I definitely think that the front of the car will look more like the Junior, but I definitely think the rear will be changed up and look more like what they teased us with. But you know, I'm guessing. I honestly have no clue, no inside information for you guys or anything on what that thing will look like. I think that's gonna be the biggest videos when they come out, is the new Stelvios, because of how well they've hidden them from us, how they're controlling the rollout of them and giving us those little teasers and Easter eggs. And it's gonna be important to the brand when that comes out. So they gotta do it right. So let's see what they do. Let's see. Get a 2020. They have the better center console. Yep, they got the new shift lever and the better infotainment, stuff like that. So I'm definitely thinking 2020, if I can find it. It's just gotta make sense if I can get it. Warranty is a must with the engine included. Warranty has covered close to 40K worth of stuff for me. Okay, wow. Okay, so all right, warranty is gonna be a given then. All right, so I definitely will, when I do that, make a video on that, because yeah. Get a 2020 at minimum. All right, that's what I'll look for. Bird's eye view from the front. Let me flip you guys around. So what we're looking at right now, some Ghiblis, Levantes, Fiat 500e, little Levante there. And then, oh my gosh, I'm so bad with this gimbal, guys. Hold on. I'm spinning you guys around. Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me bring it back to the center and then try that again. All right, we're going this way. You guys still can't see it, but yeah, I'm gonna turn it over. There you go. 334 Ultima and a Levante V8 Ultima. All right, sorry. Yeah, you didn't like the teaser for the Stelvio, like the little triangular thing? It's got us talking though. It's like building up the hype, because we're all wondering, like, is that gonna be the next design language? Like, what is it gonna be? So like, I definitely think it's got the wheels turning. Everybody's getting excited about what Alfa Romeo is gonna do next. So I definitely think this is gonna set off the standard for the next design language for the Julian and you know, other cars coming after the Stelvio. So I definitely think that, you know, they did it in the right way. So we'll see. Oh yeah, and I missed a comment earlier about, what did you say? Let me scroll back. About Ferrari buying Maserati. I agree, Dark Horse. Nick, you said, would you get a 4C or a Lotus? And Carlos, I think Alfa Romeo should be under the command of Ferrari. Okay, now I'm caught up. Alfa Romeo, Maserati, and Ferrari, the three musketeers back together, I would love to see it, 100%. A lot of things have to happen in order for that to happen, but I definitely think that would be the dream trio for all of us. That would be the big three that everybody would, be 100% on board happening, is if that happened. So I'm with you. Let's make that happen. I would love that. So, and then what'd you say about the 4C or Lotus? So, funny enough, somebody that I was involved with at Alfa Romeo USA is actually now at Lotus USA. And she was the one who got me into Formula One when Alfa Romeo was doing that with the Miami Grand Prix a few years ago. So she's now at Lotus USA. So, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that, because, hey, you know, you might see me outside of this channel, maybe on my Instagram stories or Snapchat or whatever, rolling in at Lotus, you know, trying to see what she's all about over there, just to check it out. So that's really ironic you say that. The 4C, I would love it. I don't know if it would do well on the channel. I definitely think you guys would like to see it, and the hype would be there for maybe the first like 5 videos. And then it's like, what do you do? You know, like, do I wrap it? Do I add an exhaust to it? Like, what do I do to really kind of keep it fresh, you know, and be something that appeases the channel? Now, that would appease other people driving it around or me driving it around, because people who see it or taking it to Cars and Coffees, car shows and stuff, they would love that, you know. But for you guys, what would keep you coming to the channel to see the 4C? You know, just to see it? Or like, you know, if I get a 4C on the channel every now and then, somebody else's, would you be okay with that? And it would still hold the same weight? So I would love a 4C, but I don't think it would do well. The logo filmed from above. Is that what you think the teaser was? The Alfa Romeo teaser with the triangular light things, the logo filmed from above? If Maserati went back to Ferrari, I would give them another chance and try another. Interesting to know. What do you think? Okay, so is it just because it's engine based? Like you feel like the engine would be better? Because I mean, you have a Ferrari derived engine in your Maserati right now. So at the heart of the issue, that's your issue, is that engine. So what do you feel like would change if Maserati went with Ferrari, if they were still supplying the same power plant? You know what I mean? Like, what would be the big game shifter for you? I definitely think they would make better decisions, but I definitely also think Ferrari has always held Maserati back because Maseratis can't be more desirable than Ferraris. So guess what? If Maserati couldn't have Alfieri, Ferrari could, and they turned it into the Roma. You know what I mean? Like, things like that. They're gonna keep their brand elevated more than the Maserati brand. I don't think Maserati will ever be really as prestigious as Ferrari, but you know, they're definitely always gonna be the little brother. So would Ferrari have Maserati's best interest in mind if they took over the brand? That's the real question, you know? I think the car overall would be better. I don't mind paying more for it if Ferrari made it better. Fair enough. Fair enough. I definitely think that's a great assessment there. You know, like, better as far as their engine, as far as the options and materials, as far as the prestigiousness of it and the way it's marketed and branded. You know, I definitely think what's helped Alfa Romeo and Maserati in the overall grand scheme of things is they're sold with Ferraris. They're sold in Ferrari dealerships. They're sold with Ferrari parts. You know, so that's some bragging rights. What other brands can say that? You know, what other brands have that tie to Ferrari? You know, I mean, Alfa Romeo has had that tie with Ferrari for so long. Also, you know, Alfa Romeo being so involved in Ferrari, like, I mean, you saw Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton arriving to the Formula One practices in Alfa Romeos. You know, I mean, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio camera car is filming the Formula One car in Fiorano across the track. You know what I mean? So like, they have such a great tie together that if you see Ferrari, you're automatically going to think Maserati, and then you're going to tie Alfa Romeo into that as well. So I definitely think that the brand recognition and overall marketing that Alfa Romeo and Maserati could have with Ferrari is all ready to start, and then they work on it from there. So I definitely think that, you know, that should be a great thing. And yeah, you're right, Maserati shouldn't be on the same level as Ferrari. That's definitely not the point. You know, so if that's the case, you know, and that's always been the case, I definitely think that they will kind of keep them, again, on a tight leash on what kind of cars they're putting out, how fast they are, how great they look, because again, they're gonna take those models over Maserati. Maserati has a great product on hand. What stops Ferrari from being like, this is better as a Ferrari, you know what I mean? So it kind of gets a little funny inside of there. Nick, what did you say? You retracted your message. Retype it for me so that I can let you guys go. I think we're good on the weather, so I can go film this video. I want to see what you have to say first, though. And I appreciate you guys checking in with me. Is there anything you guys want to say real quick before I take off and film another video for you guys? Let me know real quick. As you guys can see, I'm inside the Maserati Alfa Romeo Daytona dealership, so we're hanging out. If Ferrari or Maserati, they would make you buy 5 GTs before they sell you an FC20. Okay, you guys know what Nick is talking about there. Ferrari is a club. Ferrari is a club. You don't just walk into Ferrari, no matter how much money you got, and buy a Daytona SP3. You don't just buy a 12. I mean, you don't just buy the highest and most prestigious Ferraris because you got money. You build a relationship with the brand and the dealership. Okay, so you start off with the Roma Spider. You start off buying the 296 after that. You start off buying their entry level, the cars that maybe not everybody wants, but they're a stepping stone to get you rapport, to get those new cars and the allocations for those top cars when you get them. You know what I mean? So, okay, if I want an SP3, well, first off, let's talk. Okay, let's see who you are. Let's see how your brand history is. Let's see how you treat these cars, and then okay, we'll get you into a Romo Spider. All right, you did really good. You brought all your cars in for services. You know, you treated them right. You know, you did well with the brand. Let me get you on 296. All right, you know, and then you work your way up. Oh, you can get a Purosangue now. All right, now I think you're good enough. You can spend your money on a Daytona SP3. We'll give you allocation for that. That's how it is. Yeah, like he said, like G252013 said, Ferrari and Rolex business models are no different. It's the same thing. Yep, with luxury watches. Okay, you know, you have to build rapport. It's a club. You know, it's one of those things to where like you have to be lucky to be able to afford them. Not only to have the money, but to let them buy your vehicle, or for them to let you buy their vehicles. So that's how that is. But that would be funny if Ferrari did that with Maserati. You have to buy 5 Ghiblies in order for you to get into a GT. With that said, you guys are cracking me up with that one. We're gonna end it there. Guys, I appreciate you rocking with me. Before we go, hit the thumbs up real quick, just we get this up in the rankings. This is my first time doing a real long mobile live, so I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna get posted back to the channel, or if it does, or how it looks. I might look goofy and make a silly face in the thumbnail, whatever. I'm glad you guys stuck with me. Just hit the thumbs up button so everybody else is able to see this. And I'm gonna get back to doing some work for you guys and getting some more cars filmed so we can get this rolling on the channel. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Pell and Nick. London, listen, I hope you get that engine fixed. Keep me posted on that, please. Fingers crossed for you. Get that back on the road, and wow, they gotta do better, all right? But yeah, hit the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon, all right? What did I say?